Ladies and gentlemen, we've got massive breaking news. Pam Bondi has now officially criminally gone after Big Leticia James for insider trading and for mortgage fraud. Not only that, Tom Homan sends warning to these Democrats that are protecting and hiding illegal immigrants and says, we are coming, expect arrest within the next couple of months. But on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, there's so much happening. I wake up today, it's my birthday, and I'm like, this is an amazing gift. Pam Bondi is going after the criminals and the crooks on my birthday. Thank you, Lord, for the birthday gift. Do me a huge favor. Smash that thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment. Where are you tuning in from? And before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, the sponsor of today's live broadcast is Mike Lindell with his company's My Store and My Pillow. Mike Lindell is running for governor of Minnesota. He needs our support. He needs our prayers and financial support. You can support the channel and Mike Lindell when you go to my store or mypillow.com and use promo code ANN at checkout. Save a bunch of money. Get a free gift. Links are down below in the description. Thank you so much. Let's get right into it. We're diving right here. So there were three things yesterday. I'm going to show you two. So first thing was this. Breaking. The Trump administration criminally refers New York AG Leticia James to Justice Department for mortgage fraud, as first reported by the Gateway Pundit. Before we come back to that one, check this one out. Where's the... Come on. Here we go. This was all back to back this morning. Here we go. New York Attorney General Leticia James reviewing potential insider trading in connection with Trump tariff pause. So she used Trump's tariff pause for insider tradings, right? So, but let's go back to the referral she got. So the Trump administration has criminally referred New York Attorney General Leticia James to the Justice Department for mortgage fraud, as first responded on the Gateway Pundit. The tables have turned. The Trump administration criminally referred New York Attorney General Leticia James to the Justice Department over accusations of mortgage fraud. The Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA, accused Leticia James of falsifying records, citing a 5-unit property in New York she claimed was only a 4-unit to get a more favorable loan. Remember when she indicted Trump, she said that Trump lied about his Mar-a-Lago just to get a better loan? She did the same thing, exact same thing. In order to get the loan that she got, it has to be a 1, 2, 3, or 4-door unit at the most. She bought a 5-door unit, but told the bank it's a 4-door unit just to get a better loan. Yep. The Gateway Pundit recently reported on this 5-unit property in Brooklyn that Leticia James purchased in 2001. For more than 20 years, Leticia James repeatedly claimed her Brooklyn apartment building was a 4-unit property on mortgage applications, despite official records proving it had 5. This is not a minor discrepancy. Lying to the bank about the unit count enabled Leticia James to secure a more favorable loans, including a 2011 Home Affordable Modification Program loan that saved her tens of thousands of dollars annually. Leticia James was able to secure a conforming loan through Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, since they are only available on properties up to 4 units. And this is the paperwork where she lied, right? Property type, dwelling, only 4 families. That's right. But the Department of Buildings says, no, it's 5. You see it right there. So this is the official. Once they did the review, it's a 5-unit home. But on the application, she said it's a 4-family unit. Bill Pult, the director of FHFA, also said Leticia James falsely claimed her Virginia property as a, quote, primary residence, even though she doesn't live there. Quote, this This is a person who, this is what the person who's been investigating her said about her. This is a person who prosecuted Trump for everything short of ripping a label off a mattress. And among the charges that were brought in New York, in just the civil, but the criminal case, was making false or misleading statements to financial institutions, Jonathan Turley said on Fox News. As for Leticia James, if we apply the Leticia James standard that she created, there'd be little question here. This seems pretty straightforward. Then it goes on to say New York attorney Leticia James has been hit with shocking allegations by the Trump administration, accusing her of mortgage fraud. Now it goes on, ladies and gentlemen. The Trump administration just moments ago, last night, called Pam Bondi and said, Pam Bondi, get her. Pam Bondi, we want you to criminally indict her because of what she has done. Ladies and gentlemen, let me pull this up. I'm going to go from here. I shared something last night when this was all breaking. So let us watch this clip.
May be a pain in her, you know what. The angle has obtained shocking allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud. In a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director Bill Pulte says James appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms. He cited a property in Virginia that she's allegedly claimed as her principal residence and a property in New York that she claimed as a 4-unit structure instead of the required, instead of a 5, which Pulte says means she was able to get a different type and more favorable loan. Joining me now is Jonathan Turley, Fox News contributor and law professor at GW University. Jonathan, mortgage fraud is rampant in the United States. There's all sorts of fraud that's rampant.
So it goes on for a few minutes, but there she explained it. And here, George tweeted this last night. This is the most beautiful news ever. Leticia James allegedly falsifies her mortgage documents, which she accused Trump of doing. So what have we learned, ladies and gentlemen? That Leticia James did the same crimes for decades that she indicted Trump for. And now Pam Bondi has taken it upon herself to criminally indict her. Trump was warning them. You guys are opening up Pandora boxes that you are going to wish were never opened. Now, arrests are coming. Now, I want to show you this. This is more good news. I love it. Watch. Border czar Tom Homan tells the Gateway Pundit sanctuary officials absolutely should be arrested. Suggests felony charges incoming. Quote, hold tight on that one because it's coming. Let's watch this clip.
Sir, there are laws on the books that make it a criminal offense to shield or harbor illegal immigrants, like the sanctuary state city leaders have been doing. Do you think they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, possibly put in prison?
Absolutely, and hold tight on that one because it's coming. It's coming. I've been clear on that since day one. You can, the sanctuary city can sit by and watch their communities get ravaged by illegal aliens. They can watch young women get raped and murdered. Trump administration not going to stand for that. So look, they can stand by and watch. And the Trump administration will secure their communities. The Trump administration will drive down illegal alien crime in this country. If they don't do it, we'll do it for them. But they can't. They can sit aside and watch, but they can't cross that line. When they cross the line of harboring concealing, that's a felony. And we got Pam Bondi now who won't hesitate to take action. They can't impede in our enforcement efforts to make this country safe again. That's a felony. So President Trump's got his cabinet in place now. We got a strong AG. We got a strong Secretary of Homeland Security. We got a great group here. We got Steve Miller, one of the most brilliant men I ever worked with when it comes to border security and internal enforcement. You're going to see a lot of things happen in the next few months that people should expect. Many don't. But watch what comes in the near future.
Boom.
Sir, there are laws.
Start expecting arrests to come, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, Smash that thumbs up if you haven't done so yet. And I want to show you one more thing. Did you know that yesterday, Joe Biden made his first public appearance since Trump kicked him out, since Trump kicked him out of the White House and removed all the Democrats? Joe Biden made his first public appearance and he attacked Trump. That's what he did. We're going to watch a couple clips, one of here, and then we're going to jump onto Twitter and watch the clip that Trump shared.
I remember pulling into the parking lot, and I'd never seen hardly any black people in Scranton at the time I was only going in fourth grade. And I remember seeing the kids going by at the time called colored kids on a bus going by. They never turned right to go to Claymont High School. I wondered why. Asked my mom, why?
So listen, he comes back after being gone for almost 3 months just to talk about how racist he is. Listen to that. These colored kids, I've never seen them growing up.
I remember seeing the kids going by at the time called colored kids on a bus going by. They never turned right to go to Claymont High School. I wondered why. Asked my mom, why? So in Delaware, they're not allowed to go to school, in public school, with white kids, honey. That sparked my sense of outrage as a kid, just like it does. I mean, and these young kids right here can tell you things affect them when they learn about something that's really.
This dude is cooked. He is cooked.
My dad was an honorable man. And my dad used to have an expression. He said, Joey, your job's about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about your dignity. It's about respect. It's about being able to look your kid in the eye and say, honey, it's going to be okay, and mean it. That's what you're all about. That's what the legislation is about. It's about dignity.
This dude is cooked. It's like they ran out of the amphetamines that they were giving him for 4 years. But you want to see what Trump shared on his X account? Check this out. This is what Trump shared. A 14-second clip.
And I'd never seen hardly any black people in Scranton at the time I was only going in fourth grade. And I remember seeing the kids going by at the time called colored kids on a bus going by. And I had never seen.
So Trump shared that little 14-second cutout of the most racist moment of Joe Biden's speech. He added no words. He said nothing. Just there's your racist Joe Biden. Ladies and gentlemen, before I wrap this up, let me put my thoughts together. The Democrats have been going after Trump and Trump administration. Why? Because they thought they could attack us and our people and throw us in prison and that they will never be investigated. They thought they will never be audited. They thought their business dealings will never be looked into. Well, little did they expect that Donald Trump would win the 2024 presidential election in a landslide. And now we have the keys to investigation, and to audits, to probes. And what we are finding just by peeling back a little bit is dirt, chaos, and crimes that are fast. I mean, it's amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, I tell you this, I see an arrest coming shortly. I really do. I see Leticia James totally indicted with camera crews, just like they tried to embarrass Trump, all the camera crews. And then I see Trump showing up to a court hearing and sitting a few seats behind her and staring at her like she did to him. That will be the perfect full circle. Ladies and gentlemen, but with that being said, God bless you. Have a good day. I'll see you soon.